Imagine how you'll feel when taken into a deep forest, left to die, rot, and turn into skeleton, unfortunately. That was the fate of a young 38-years-old man. On the 15th of May 2020, this terrifying story shows human wickedness. The most painful part is the reason why this was done to the young man. This was a story of a 38-years computer engineer. He woke up with joy in his heart. His sister has given birth, and he couldn't wait to meet his new nephew. The young man drove his Toyota Camry to hospital where his sister gave birth. He spent hours celebrating with his sister. He then later decided it was time to head home. When he was almost home, a few minutes to his house, 3 armed men suddenly appeared to him in his car, forced him from the driver's seat, and threw him to the back of his own vehicle. The 3 armed men drove the car deep into a forest, far from any help or rescue. For 5 days, he remained a prisoner in the forest, whilst his family searched for him. Little did they know the kidnappers will betray each other in a way that will lead to the death of this innocent young man. The mastermind behind this kidnapping was Oga Ezek. After securing a place in the forest, Oga Ezek asked 2 of his boys to stay with the victim and guard him. When the victim couldn't return home that night, his family knew something was wrong. They reported the case to the police, and the police wasted no time to search for the young engineer. However, before they could make any progress, the kidnappers called the victim's family, demanding 1 million naira for the safe return of their brother. The family desperately gathered the money and paid the ransom to Oga Ezek, who was the mastermind behind the crime, thinking this would be the end of their nightmare. Instead of Oga Ezek informing his gang members that the ransom has been paid, he kept it to himself, especially the 2 men who were guarding the victim. The 2 armed men guarding the victim suspected something was wrong. They became convinced that their boss has set them up for the police to arrest them after not hearing from him for 4 days. So they tied the victim to a big tree deep in the forest and run away. They later found their boss, who confessed indeed the ransom was paid and they were compensated. They later decided to repaint the victim's car so they won't be caught, but actually, that was their doom. The police traced and caught them from the painter's shop. They led the police to the forest where the victim's skeleton was gathered to the family.